Hey guys, it's Kaylee, and today I'm going to be talking about the R word and why I believe we should stop using it. Basically, I hear a lot of phrases around campus saying statements such as that person is retarded, don't be such a retard, and they are said so casually. And there are some people that try to avoid saying the word retarded, and there are others that defend it and say it's just a synonym for stupid and that it's not offensive. But I think differently, and I'm going to give you some background on the word since it has stemmed so widely. It's really hard to know, it can be really hard to know the difference between what it used to mean and what it means now. So after I give you your background and this information that I found, I hope that you guys can form your own opinion and see my viewpoint, and hopefully this word will end. So starting off, there is a huge misunderstanding about the meaning of the word and why it is offensive in the first place. There's a larger problem within our society than we can sometimes see, and when you take a step back and observe people and their conversations and how they interact with the word retarded, you can see that people think that it's only just a word, but it is so much more than that. It can become an insult, and when someone or something is stupid to one another, someone uses the word retarded very often. And honestly, since it's become so informally used, people really don't see the connection between the original meaning and the current meaning, and it's just been totally taken out of what it originally meant. I have researched some facts about the usage of the word and how often it's used, and I was on the Special Olympics website, which, if you don't know what Special Olympics is, it's basically like a field day for kids who deal with disabilities, and they win medals and they love it. It's so fun. But these statistics were really crazy to hear. So on the website, it said that 7 in every 10 social media posts can be offensive towards people who face disabilities, and that 6 in every 10 contain a slur, such as the word retarded. And that says a lot about our society and what we put on social media. A lot of posts are unfiltered, people put their opinions out there, they're mostly negative. And I even found another fact that was pretty crazy to me. So, this study explored everyday speech across America, and it included a total of 1,169 total students participating, and they range from 8 to 18 years old. So this showed that the prevalence of the R word was about 92% that these participants saw it or experienced it during this. And it was very highly used, and it said that they react differently. So participants who were either male or female had different reactions to people using the word. It was reacted differently to in context, whether it be towards a friend or someone versus someone with a disability, and even more so, the age groups reacted differently. So the younger ones were not as likely to say anything because they haven't been educated on the word and don't see a problem in it, which is fine. And the older people were more likely to say something. So that says a lot about how much people truly know what this word can mean and affect people. Many decades ago, the word was used to describe people who had cognitive thinking disabilities. Sadly, it has since stemmed, and now it is derogatory. It is a word used to hurt others and make them sound less than, whether they have a disability or not. And thankfully, the past 10 years, it has gotten a lot of awareness, and people are recognizing the hurtfulness that it can have. And the word retarded is just as bad as saying you are less than, your existence is not worthy, you have no reason to be here. Basically, it is just very hurtful. It is used to belittle someone, and it should not be used anymore. It is basically saying that you are inferior to me and you are belittled. So we do hear the word all the time. We hear it at the movies, we hear it over the internet, on the playground, at school. People hear it every day. And it's time that the word stops. And it is way past time, in my opinion, that it stops. It is a word that should have ended many years ago. And there are so many words that you wouldn't dream of like letting your children say, and this should be one of them. This should just be looked at as any other bad word and should be taught not to say from a young age. I think this would help our generation of kids to end the word for sure. And I think parents are already incorporating this in their parenting styles, and this is helping the word end today. I'm sure that we've all heard this or may have said it in conversations, but personally, when I do hear the word being used, I know that it can be very awkward to confront someone or say anything to correct people. So it often makes me a little angry on the inside when I hear the word being used. But I used to never really say anything, and recently in the past year I've gotten so much better about saying something, and I have learned that it's easier to speak up and that it is a big deal. It's worth a conversation. Human decency is always important. And when someone uses this word to describe someone with a disability, for example, this takes away all those amazing qualities that that person has, and they are now defined by a single word, a single hurtful word that takes away their value. And no person should be defined by a name that isn't their actual name, and they have so many other amazing qualities or things to be talked about instead of this word. I honestly believe that speaking up is not mean or rude. It is standing up for those who have no voice to fight back and those who are hurt by this. You can do a lot by correcting someone and giving them some insight on what that word really means. When I do speak up, I know that I'm spreading awareness to me and many other people about the cause instead of approving of this use of the word by not saying anything at all. Silence can be a means of approval by everyone else, because if no one says anything, how is someone gonna know that it's wrong? And I think that is more like, the more we speak up and educate people and correct them, the more we are helping them and helping others around them to not use the word and not want to use the word. I have a huge respect for how our generation has spread awareness, and I have so much hope for us moving forward. The program Spread the Word to End the Word is a campaign that is used to raise awareness of the hurtful effects that the word retarded can have, and it encourages people to pledge to stop using it. And there's a National Awareness Day for the word on March the 4th, so that just passed, but many schools have led the Spread the Word to End the Word around their campus and have many resources for that if you're interested. I know my high school was very involved in it. They would present stuff from their campaign on like Special Olympics, or they would have posters around the school, and I even remember pledging to sign that I wouldn't say it. Just easy things like that you can do and that they have out. If you would like to know more about this topic, I encourage you to look into it. It is one of the best things I have been informed on personally, because I know that I'm helping not be hurtful by not using the word and stopping it. And there are many helpful websites to look into, and I hope this speech has changed your viewpoint some, and I hope it encourages you to stop the use of the word and help others stop the use of the word. I think you can make small attempts each day to end it, and I think that they are really easy changes to make in your everyday lifestyle, and hopefully you choose to stop the word.